So the 2025 mountain bike season is drawing to a close, and let's look back on the National Series. Kicked off, of course, at Cannock Chase, where Grity Race Team, we had our biggest ever number of riders starting a race. We even had a few feet make it to the podium, which was great to see. Really nice to see some head-to-head racing amongst the team, people really racing at the sharp end, some really cracking performances. And some great skills coming down, some of those technical features, and what a cracking weekend. So after Cannock, we moved on to Margam Park, another classic venue. We saw some absolutely awesome performances, and yet again, we saw some feet making it onto the podium. So after all the fun of round two in Wales, we then moved on to Scotland. We went to Glen Tress, marked by the return to racing of me. I had a shoulder injury earlier in the season, meant I couldn't race, and it was my first race back. And I can guarantee I certainly beat my grid, but just say I was gridded right at the back. Fun was had. It was a really good fun time. I was really pleased with how I went, to be honest. But it was also the first time that Karen got a win in a National Champs jersey. So a real mark for Karen, a really good event. We did see a few people have a little slide on the gravel. But as always, Glen Tress gave us a location which is absolutely stunning. So we're up here at Glen Tress, and it's always an absolutely stunning location. But then moving on to the Sunday, we also saw another set of podiums, and in fact we saw a repeat of people maintaining their full sweep of podiums so far. Round four came from Tong, the most difficult, the most technical course of the year. Saturday was really pretty grim weather, to be quite fair, particularly for the Masters men's race. Short track, the rain hadn't quite come in quite as much as it was later on, but Tong being so technical, really difficult day out there for everyone. Mark had a little bit of an incident which put him out of the race. Also have to give a shout out to Lottie, who managed to make it 4 out of 4 podiums in the National Mountain Bike Series. After Tong, we moved to Grity. Day one at Grity, conditions changed every hour, it seemed. I think probably the worst conditions were for the Masters men, but it was really difficult all day, to be honest. But then the weather cleared up and it got a lot better. So Sunday was a bit of a different story. Much more fun, much faster under tyre. And on Sunday we saw some really good performances again. Lovely to see Lottie bringing on the podium for the overall, as well as a cracking ride from Nikki. In the final race of the day, final race of the weekend, we had Harry, we had Alex, and we had Aidan racing. Mixed fortunes, and despite one personal best, we also had mixed fortunes elsewhere, with people having a tougher day out on the bike. So that was the end of the National Series. Season end for the cross country was, of course, the National Champs coming from Woody's Bike Park. We had some jerseys to defend, and we saw some really cracking racing, really excellent rides all across the board, really. Have to say though, really good to see Lottie get out that clean sweep of podiums through the season, with second place in what was a tough day out there. It was a lot of fun, this course, lots of fun on the downhills, but you know, it's so far coming up. Little teaser for you, little fact for you. If you did 5 laps on those uphills, that's the equivalent of riding up Alpe d'Huez. Did more than that, you did more. And of course, you were on a mountain bike and you went downhill as well. Anyway, amazing season, really good. And of course, good performances all around, and a lot of people who were dead proud of. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, guys. Lots of other stuff's been going on all summer, of course. So we've had Alex and Lottie racing on the continent, a Dirty Knocker with Hayden and myself and Lotta actually taking the win in our category, which was a great achievement and great fun to come over the line with my hands in the air. Doesn't happen very often, like almost never. So that was good fun. We had Welsh Series being won by Dave. A bit of a surprise win, I think. Actually, I think it was a bit surprised. You can tell us if we're wrong or not, Dave. But you actually got the series overall after your final race. Over in Sweden, the European Mountain Bike Championships, which Joseph has been racing. And this time, those races have been with some guest riders for us for Grity Race Teams. It's been great to see what they've been up to. We had the marathon champs with myself and with Mick, with Nikki, and with Sarah, who were all racing. Nikki defended her jersey. There's not that many opportunities to actually race in it. What else have we had? We've had enduro. We're kind of dabbling a bit more in enduro now. So we had Maz and Amo racing enduro. Lotta's done a bit of enduro as well. Maybe something we'll be growing to next year. And on the road and gravel, we had Ollie and Finn and Harry all racing on the road. And Rich got his, again, another bit of a surprise win, I think. So Rich got his win on the, not a win, he got a podium on the gravel. Halfway home before actually realised. We've had Hannah on the mic, of course, all year. And then in multi-sport, we've had John and Karen out doing some great stuff out all over the place in Spain, in the UK and elsewhere. Getting third place in Spain, I think that was Wales, was it, Karen? And then got silver in the duathlon fairly recently. So that's it for the season. We've got cyclocross coming up, of course. I've got my cyclocross t-shirt on there. Hope you can see a bit better now. A few lineup changes as we go forward. Probably this isn't the time to announce those. But looking forward to the season. And thanks, everyone. You've been great ambassadors for us. And it's been a superb season all summer.